I flipping hate Pokemon. Just kidding, that was a joke. Today I'm going to be telling everybody my favorite Pokemon from each of the regions. Also, this is just my opinion, so don't try and cancel me, Gen Z me, bro.
Just my opinion. Go ahead and cancel me.
No one gives a No one said we was canceling you.
First, we have Kanto, the OG region. This was honestly a really tough decision because Kanto does have a lot of really bad Pokemon, but it also has some really awesome ones. I was honestly tied between picking Golduck, Lapras, or Rhydon. In the end, I picked Rhydon because I like the fact that it's the first Pokemon ever made, and I just like how simple it is, and I like rhinos, so I picked him. Now it's time for Johto. I feel like a lot of Johto's Pokemon were just goofy, silly little creatures. And my favourite Johto Pokemon is also my favourite Pokemon. It's Marill. I love him. He's so cool. He's just so cool. Look at him. Now for Hoenn, I wasn't really too sure who to pick, so I just decided with Blaziken. I always really liked Blaziken because I like birds, and I just always thought Blaziken was cool. And I always liked Torchic, I thought it was very cute. Combusken sucks, but like we're not talking about Combusken, we're talking about Blaziken. And its Mega Evolution is cool, but I do prefer its original form. I do really like Blaziken. Okay, now it's time for Sinnoh. Sinnoh did have a pretty limited Pokedex, but for the Pokemon it did add, they were really cool. There was Togekiss, Luxray, Empoleon, Palkia, loads of really awesome ones. But I went for Garchomp. Now I know he's kind of overrated, but like, there's a reason for that. It's a good Pokemon. And everyone who's played Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum have all used a Garchomp on their team before. You can't deny it. It's Unova time, and I really struggled picking my favourite. But at the end, I chose Chandelure. A lot of people don't like object Pokemon, and I get it because they are just objects with face on it, that's it. But Chandelure is an object with a face on it, but cool. I don't exactly have a reason to why I picked it, I just think it looks cool, which is honestly just the reason why I pick most Pokemon, just because they look cool. I'm not like a stats nerd where I'm like,
I like this Pokemon because it has high IV.
Kalos didn't have that many awesome Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the Kalos Pokemon, but they're all kind of just a bit forgettable. I mean, does anyone remember Skrelp? So for this region, I chose Greninja. I know he's overrated. I don't care. There's a reason for why he's overrated. It's because he's cool. And obviously, it's gonna be overrated if it's a cool Pokemon. Sun and Moon were the first Pokemon games that I ever played, so obviously I really like the Alola region, and my first ever starter choice was Rowlet. So my favourite Pokemon of this region is Decidueye. I like Hisui and Decidueye, but the OG is just so much cooler. I like his hood, I just like everything about it. I like birds, it's just so cool. I love Decidueye so much. I don't actually know what my favourite Galar Pokemon is, so I'm just gonna look it up. I like Corviknight. My favourite Galar Pokemon is Corviknight because it's a raven and I like birds and ravens are cool and I had one on my team and I can't think of anything else to say. Now it's time for Hisui. Now you might say this one doesn't count because Hisui is literally just the Sinnoh region but in the past. But it has enough new Pokemon for me to count it as a completely separate region. And I wanted an excuse to talk about Hisui and Zoroark. Hisui and Zoroark has got to be one of the coolest Pokemon ever made. And the thing is, I don't think I've ever heard anybody hate on the Hisui and Zoroark. It's just that cool. Everyone just collectively agrees that Hisui and Zoroark is awesome. Now it's time for Paldea. And for Paldea, it's another purpley flame ghost and fire type Pokemon, Ceruledge. I actually really like ghosts with purple flames. I think it looks so cool. And Ceruledge is absolutely one of the coolest Pokemon ever. Might be my second favourite Pokemon. It can't top Marill. No one can top Marill. But Ceruledge is just absolutely sick. And it's the best modern Pokemon to ever happen. I just love it. It's just so cool. Nothing can compare to it apart from Marill. Finally, we have Kitakami, which there isn't that much Pokemon there, so it wouldn't be hard to choose from. I picked Ogerpon, obviously. She's the GOAT. We all love Ogerpon. Who else would I pick? Monkey Dory? Nah. That is the end of the video. Goodbye.